Hello, everybody. This is week 16, opening one of a minor suit and common responses. I'll share my screen. And off we go. Opening one of a minor and common responses, including two things you'll hate but later love. We talked about them last week. I'll review them again this week. So where are we? Maybe 40% of the way through bidding. Um, I remind everybody that we need to think as we listen to a presentation about where we are kind of in our heads as topics get mentioned. Is it something you've never heard of? Is it something that is already in your reptilian brain? And today there are three main things that I want to make sure are moving toward the reptilian brain. One is it's okay to bid a four-card major as responder. If you have more than one suit to bid of four-card length, you bid them up the line. And this is one of the things that you'll hate. A one no trump response does not say you have a balanced hand. Very important. Okie doke, reminder, bidding is a conversation. We're trying to answer two questions, what suit and how high. And we count points to help us understand the strength of our hand. And that helps us know whether we and our partner together should stop, one of us should invite, or somebody should force to game. Point counting. Opener counts high card points plus length points. Ace is 4, king is 3, queen is 2, jack is 1. And if you have a long suit, 5 cards or more, you add 1 for the 5th card, 1 for the 6th card, and so on, because long suits tend to take tricks. And if partner has bid a suit and you have support for it, then shortness in your hand is very valuable. If you have a singleton, partner can ruff some of her small cards in your hand, or a doubleton. A void is fabulous. So if we have support for partner's suit and we're going to be the dummy, we're going to be the supporting hand, we want to count our high card points because they still take tricks, but we also want to add for shortness. 1 for a doubleton, 3 for a singleton, 4 or more for a void. Important reminder, the 5-card major restriction applies only to opening bids. Our priorities are to find a major fit of at least cards if we have one. Lacking that, we'll try to play in no trump if we have the suit sufficiently stopped. Otherwise, we'll play in a minor. Opening bid of one of a major promises at least 5 cards. Why? Because this restriction makes it much easier for us to find 8-card major fits. But later in the auction, it's fine to bid a 4-card major. If partner opens a heart and I have 4 spades, it's fine for me to bid 1 spade. If partner opens a club and I have 4 hearts, it's fine for me to bid a heart. Why? Because this also helps us find 8-card major fits, and we'll see that today in several examples. And also important, when you're opening a minor suit, it doesn't have to be 5 cards long. And we'll look at examples of that today. Why? Well, many opening hands that have opening strength, don't have a 5-card major, and we have to start bidding somewhere. If we can't bid one no trump, we're going to have to bid a minor suit. So typical 1 diamond and 1 club openers. Again, it's fine to open a 4-card minor. Here, this hand has 13 high card points, 1 for length. Got to open something, bid a diamond. I swapped those two suits, 13 high card points, 1 for length. Bid the longer suit, bid a club. Again, 13 high card points, no length points this time. Let's open a diamond. Our general rule is open the longer suit. Yeah, somebody may have whispered to you that with that hand in the middle, if you open a club and partner bids a spade, you'll be kind of stuck for a rebid and you should lie and bid a diamond. Maybe later in your bridge career, you'll decide to do that. But for now, I think it's really important to remember the adage to don't lie about your length. If we have equal length suits, we start with the higher ranking suit. And the reason for that is it makes bidding later on easier. We'll bid the higher ranking suit, then the lower. That's very informative to partner. So with 13 high card points here, we would start with a diamond. With 13 high card points, I would count one for length in each suit because I'm likely, if one of these is trump, to be able to take tricks, extra tricks in both of those suits based on my length. Again, equal length, open the higher ranking suit. And one more reminder over here, 4, 8, 10, 13 high. That's a beautiful heart suit, but it's not 5 cards, and we don't want to lie to partner. So we will open one club. Comment I made earlier, really important. Don't be swayed by strength. Never hide your length. Be honest about your length to partner. It makes it much easier to end up in your best contract. Okay, 5 card major restriction for opening bids means that we occasionally open a 3 card minor. Here's some example hands. Each has 13 high card points and no length points. 4, 8, 10, 13 high. Got to open something, but I can't bid a major, so I'm going to open one club. Here's another example, similar strength, 4, 8, 10, 13 high, no length points. I have 3 diamonds and 3 clubs. When you have 3 diamonds and 3 clubs, open a club. Don't look at the strength, just open a club. The reason is it makes the dynamics of the bidding easier if you start with a club. And finally, here's a similar hand, 13 high card points. In this case, we need to open. We can't bid a major. In this case, we'll start with a diamond. This is the only shape when we will open a 3-card diamond suit. Well, some important comments. When partner opens a minor, it's almost always at least 4 cards. I hear people freaking out. Oh my God, partner opened a club. What if it's a 3-card suit? Well, 97% of one diamond openers are at least 4 cards, and 80% of one club openers are at least 4 cards. So it's very reasonable as you're responding and doing your bidding to assume that partner has at least 4 unless somehow you figure it out otherwise. If partner opens a minor, we still love to play in no trump or a major. Remember, we're trying to answer 2 questions, what suit and how high, game to get the game bonus if we can make our contract, potentially slam. And if we're not going to be in game, we want to stop below that. That's called a part score. And we want to stop as low and as safe as we can. If you tell yourself at the start of every auction that we're just trying to answer 2 questions, what suit and how high, I guarantee that you will be more comfortable and your auctions will be easier and they'll generally be more productive. So again, our priorities, if we have enough strength, we want to play in 4 of a major, else 3 no trump, and lacking that, 5 of a minor. Takes a fair amount of strength to bid and make a game. A major suit usually requires 25 or 26 points combined between the hands. That includes length and shortness. And for 3 no trump, you usually need 25 or 26 high card points. The length can help, but shortness doesn't really help. So for no trump contracts, just count high card points. A minor game at the level of 5, it's an extra trick. Usually you need around 29 points or more. For the same number of tricks, minors score lower than no trump or major. So if you're going to have to stop in 3 of a minor, you'd rather be in 3 of a major or even 2 of a major if you can do it. So when one person opens a minor suit, the partnership is usually hoping to play in a major or in no trump. So key points when responding after partner opens a minor suit. If you have 6 or more points, you have to say something. And the reason is that partner's opening bid has a very wide range, about 12 to 21 points. If she's near the top of her range and you have only 6, you still might be able to make game. So you have to say something. And after partner opens a minor suit, if you have a major with 4 or more cards, bid it. Tell partner. Why? Because we'd rather play in a major. Partner might have a 4-card major, but couldn't start with it. Remember, the five-card major opening bid, the five-card major requirement applies only to opening bids. It's fine and it's important to bid four-card majors later in the auction. We'll look at a ton of examples. Opener bids a club or a diamond, 12 to 21 points, usually four cards. You have this hand. So you have 3, 6, 8 high card points. You have to say something. You'd bid one spade. The reason is you're telling partner that you have a four-card spade suit, and you're hoping that opener also has four spades. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But for example, maybe opener has this hand, 10, 14 high card points. After you bid a spade, she can actually add one for the shortness, 15. This is your hand from the left side of the page. Opener will bid a diamond, you'll bid a spade, opener will bid two spades. You'll pass because you're minimal, and two spades is a great contract, and you found it because you showed your four-card major. Let's make opener's hand stronger, same shape. Now opener has 18 high, and one for shortness is 19 after you bid a spade. Four spades is a great contract, and by you showing your four-card spade suit to get started, you will find the four-spade contract, and we'll look at examples like this in more detail later. Here's another example. You've got 7 high card points. You have to say something, and you have 4 hearts and 4 spades. We'll talk quite a bit today about, in this case, you respond 1 heart. You don't pay any attention to the strength of the suits. You're talking about your length, your shape. So you start by bidding 1 heart. This is called bidding your 4-card suits up the line. It's super important. You want to see what opener has to say. Maybe opener has this hand. Starts with a diamond. You'll bid a heart. Now opener can introduce her 4-card major. She bids a spade. You're thrilled. You now have 7, 8 points because you have 1 for support. So you tell partner, hey, I've got 4 spades also. Partner was fairly minimal. Partner will pass. And 2 spades is a great contract. In a slide later on, I will mention, important point. You found the 2-spade contract even though you started with hearts. We'll look at this several times today. If you have 2 5-card majors, start with the spades. And if you have biddable majors of different length, bid the longer one first. Never hide your shape. These are quite rare, but I thought I should put it on the slide. We'll have one slide on it later. So repeating, if you have more than 1 4-card suit, bid them up the line. Here's an example. Partner opens a diamond. You bid a heart, waiting to see what opener says. Maybe this is opener's hand, similar to the one we looked at on the previous page. 14 high, 1 for shortness. 14 high, doesn't see a fit yet, but now opener can introduce her 4-card major. She'll bid a spade. Now you're thrilled. You have a 4-4 major fit, so you're going to play in spades. And you've got about 4, 7, 10 support points. I don't think that's enough to invite, so you just calmly bid 2 spades, and opener will pass. 2 spades is a great contract. Let's swap opener's hearts and spades. All I did was swap the heart and spade suit. I'm going to give you the exact same hand. Opener bids a diamond. You will bid your heart suit. Let's see what opener says. Opener is thrilled. 14 high card points, 1 for shortness is 15, still fairly minimal. Opener bids 2 hearts to tell you, hey, I've got 4 hearts also. And you'll pass. 2 hearts is a great contract. You had the same hand in both cases, but opener had a different hand. And the key point here is if responder has 4 spades and 4 hearts, if you bid the hearts first, you'll find a fit in either spades or hearts if you have. So you want to bid hearts first when you have 4 of each. And the term for that is bidding your 4-card suits up the line. We looked at this slide last week. It's motivation for 2 things that you will hate and later you will love. And I'm going to ask a musical question. Have you ever had this happen? Opener, very nice hand, opens a spade. Responder looks at her long diamond suit, shortness and spades, and says, geez, I better tell opener about my diamonds, bids two diamonds. Well, opener can't pass. Opener can't rebid um, two spades because that would promise six. I suppose opener could bid two no trump. But in this hypothetical, opener decides to say, well, I have a second suit. I'll bid three clubs. And now responder looks and says, boy, I don't like our fit in spades. I don't like our fit in clubs either. I'm going to tell partner, well, I got a bunch of diamonds. Well, now opener looks at her hand and starts to get excited. Gosh, partner bid two times. I have a heart stopper. I'm going to bid three no trump. And all of a sudden you've got down three or maybe more. How do we avoid this problem? And the answer is responder needs more than a minimum to make that two diamond bid. The phrase that you'll hear is, quote, going to the two level. One spade, two clubs. One spade, two diamonds. One spade, two hearts. Or maybe one heart, two diamonds. One heart, two clubs. Your responder's not jumping. Responder is just showing her suit, but because it's a lower ranking suit, she has to go to the two level. Responder must have at least 10 high card points to do that. And the reason is that extra strength, not 6, but 10, gives you some extra insurance that you won't get too high and have a disaster. A corollary to that is with this responding hand, if you can't go to the two level, you have to bid one no trump. These are the two things that you're going to hate in the short run and love in the long run. Let's look at them a little deeper. If responder bids one no trump, it avoids that mess. One spade, gosh, I have to say something. I don't have the strength to bid at the two level. I can't raise spades. I'll bid one no trump. Opener looks at her hand. I'd actually be very tempted to pass. And one no trump's a perfectly fine contract. Maybe, oh, sorry, the one no trump bid limits responder to 6 to 9 points. If she had 10, she could bid at the two level. So opener is now thinking we got to get out low in a safe place. Might be very reasonable to pass. Another possibility is bidding two clubs. Now responder bids two diamonds. And opener thinks, wow, responder told me she was weak. We have at most 10, 14, 23 points. I showed both of my suits. She didn't choose one of them. So two diamonds to me sounds like a pretty safe place. It sounds like responder has at least 5, maybe 6 diamonds, and that may be our best place to play. Two diamonds is, in fact, a great contract. And again, compare to the auction that went a spade, two diamonds, three clubs, three diamonds, and three no trump, ugh. So this is a response that confuses everybody at first, but you will become comfortable with it. One no trump says in English, I have 6 to 9 high card points. I can't raise your suit because I would have. There's no suit I can bid at the one level because I would have. I'm not promising balanced. Like that hand on the previous page, it had 6 to 9 high card points. The responder couldn't raise opener suit. Responder couldn't bid at the one level. Responder's not promising balanced. This is extremely different than a one no trump opening bid, which does promise balanced. It's also extremely different in strength. And will you have times when you get confused? One heart, one no trump. Oh my gosh, partner has 15 to 17. Yeah, but after one or two bidding accidents like that, you'll remember it in the future. When you bid this one no trump, you're usually balanced, but not always. Here's some examples. Opener bids a heart. You do not have heart support yet. You don't have a fit. You don't have 3 of them. You have 8 high card points. Have to say something. You can't bid anything at the one level. You can't raise partners, so you bid one no trump. Now, opener bids maybe a diamond or a heart or a spade, and you've got this hand, same strength as on the left, just change the shape a bit. You can't raise partner's suit. You can't bid anything at the one level. You have to say something. So you bid one no trump. Why don't you bid two clubs? Because you absolutely have to have 10 high card points to go to the two level. It's a really important restriction to avoid getting into bidding disasters. And this one no trump bid is incredibly descriptive and incredibly helpful to opener. Like I said, you'll probably hate these two things today, but eventually you'll love them. So let's look at some examples of when you might respond one no trump after partner opens a minor. Partner opens a diamond. You've got this hand, 3, 6, 8 high card points. Have to say something. Can't bid hearts, can't bid spades, can't raise diamonds. You bid one no trump. And you wait to see what opener says. Couple possibilities. Here's a fairly minimal hand for opener. Does opener show her 4-card spade suit? Actually, no. You would have bid a spade if you had 4 spades. So opener doesn't need to show her 4-card spade suit. Maybe it'll be a surprise to the opponents and it'll help you on offense and hurt them on defense. Opener's going to pass. 14 high card points, no chance for game. One no trump seems like a great contract, and in fact it is. Let's give opener a stronger hand. I count 10, 19 high card points. After you bid one no trump, opener says 19 plus 6 is 25. This is a really good looking 19, by the way. Not a lot of unsupported jacks and queens. So opener will bid 3 no trump. And that's a great contract. So responding one no trump to partner's minor opener often gets you to a great contract. What are your priorities after partner opens a minor? Just start describing your hand. You might pass if you're really weak. If you have a 4-card or longer major, bid it. Bid it, bid it, bid it. That's what we want to do. Lacking that, you could bid one no trump, or 2 no trump, or 3 no trump, depending on your strength. We're still hoping for a major fit or in no trump. That's why it's so important for us to bid a major or to bid one no trump if appropriate. We might raise partner. We might bid the other minor. These are perfectly fine things to do, but we hope we have something else to say because we're always hoping to end up in a major or in no trump. So what's the 10% to remember? And then I'll have a couple more slides. When partner opens a minor, we still hope to play in a major or no trump. Opening one of a minor only promises 3 cards in the suit. And responder's job is simple. Just start describing her hand. Let me elaborate on these a bit. When partner opens a minor, bid a major if you have one with 4 cards or more. You don't need 5-card major to respond. Super important. And also super important with 2 4-card majors, bid them up the line. Even though opener once in a blue moon opens a club or a diamond with only 3 of them, opener almost always has at least 4. So don't freak out, don't panic. But remember that unlike when partner opens a spade or a heart promising 5 and you can raise with 3, you should have 4 cards or more to raise diamonds. And just kind of as insurance, 5 cards or more to raise clubs. Do I sometimes raise clubs with 4? Yeah, sometimes. Responder's job is to start describing her hand. She'll pass with a really weak hand. She'll bid a major if she has one. And again, the 5-card major requirement applies only to an opening bid. It's fine and super important to bid 4-card majors later in the auction in hope of finding a 4-4 major fit. You'd bid no trump if appropriate, and if necessary, you bid a minor. You raise partner or bid the other minor. Occasionally, you will bid a one no trump that doesn't really feel like a one no trump because you couldn't support partner and you couldn't bid at the 1 level, but you had to say something. You didn't have the strength to go to the 2 level to show your own suit. You should have 10 or more high card points to go to the 2 level. Super important. Let's look at some complete auctions. And again, When we're bidding, we're thinking what suit or no trump and how high. Here's a couple of hands. Partner has, I count 14 high, no length points. I need to bid something. I can't bid a major. I'll start with a diamond. You have 7 points. You need to say something. You have two 4-card majors. You bid hearts up the line. Opener, partner, is thrilled to hear you bid a heart and tells you, gosh, I have 4 hearts also. We'll talk next week about how opener could show a somewhat stronger hand. But for this week, here opener is pretty weak, minimal, and you look at your hand and you say, what suit, hearts, how high? Let's stop. And you pass. Let's make a couple changes. Give you the same hand, but let's swap openers, hearts, and spades. That's all I did. Opener still starts with a diamond. You still bid a heart up the line. Opener now shows her spade suit. You now know you have a 4-4 spade fit, and you tell partner by bidding 2 spades. Opener was relatively minimal. You didn't jump to invite, so opener will pass. Again, with the same hand, you bid the hearts first, and whichever 4-card major opener has, you will find the fit. So bid your 4-card majors up the line with 4 hearts and 4 spades, bid the hearts first. Partner has 14 high and can't bid her spade suit, so starts with a diamond. You have 3, 6, 8 high. You have to say something. You can't bid hearts or spades at the 1 level. You can't raise partner's diamonds. You can't bid 2 clubs because you don't have the strength. So you bid 1 no trump. Opener looks at her hand, knows you don't have 4 spades, so there's no reason to mention her spade suit, knows you don't have the strength to play in game, so she knows we want to get out as low as we can, and it looks like 1 no trump is a perfectly safe place, so she passes. Let's give opener a better hand. I actually change both hands a little bit. Opener has 19 high card points and starts with a club. You have 9 high card points. You need to say something. You can't bid anything at the 1 level. You don't have the strength to bid. Well, actually, you can't bid clubs at the 2 level because it would be confusing to partner. Sorry. So with this hand, I would bid 1 no trump. I mean, you could raise partners clubs, but I think 1 no trump tells a bigger story about the hand. Now opener looks at her hand, 19 high card points. You have at least 6. She adds them together, 25. She jumps to 3 no trump. And 3 no trump is a beautiful contract. You pass because partner knew what to do. Here's another example. Partner has 14 high and is going to open the bidding, starts with a club. Can't start with a heart. You have 13 high. You immediately know you need to get to game. It's your responsibility to get to game. Partner doesn't know that yet, but you know it. So you're going to make sure that you get to game. What suit? You have no idea. So you start describing your hand by bidding 1 heart. Bid the 4-card suits up the line. Opener has to respond because your bid just says 6 plus, so you could have 20 points. So opener describes her hand further. She says, gosh, I also have 4 hearts. She bids 2 hearts. Now you know the answer. You want to play in hearts, and you already knew to get to game, so you bid game. There's the bridge adage, she who knows goes. And opener will pass. And just a lovely contract. Let me swap the hearts and the spades and also make your hand a little weaker. Opener bids a diamond. You need to say something. You have 2 4-card majors. You bid them up the line. Opener says, well, gosh, I've got 4 spades. And you say, hey, I've got 4 spades too. You now know that you want to play in spades, but you don't know how high. You don't have quite enough strength to jump to game like with the hand above, but you you don't want to quit yet. You have 11, 12 in support. If partner has barely more than a minimum, you want to be in game. So you invite by bidding 3 spades. Partner with 14 high card points will gladly accept your invitation, and you end up in a lovely contract. Couple more slides. Rare situation, but if opener bids a minor suit and you have 2 major suits, one of them is 5 cards. We'll talk about that here. Remember, with 2 4-card majors, you just bid them up the line. Why? Because bidding the hearts first makes it easier to find a 4-4 fit in either major. If you have 2 major suits and one of them has at least 5 cards, if they're of different length, just bid the longer one first. Here you'd bid a spade. Here you'd bid a heart. And if you have 2 5-card majors, bid the spades first. With this hand, you'd bid spades, and then you'd bid hearts, and then you'd bid hearts again, and partner would get the message. This is just like we do when we're making an opening bid. None of these hands are strong enough to make an opening bid, but with these shapes, we would start this hand with a spade, we'd start this one with a heart, we'd start this one with a spade. And one other comment, sometimes, very rare, we will respond to partner's minor opener by bidding no trump at a higher level. Remember, we want to show our 4-card major if we have it. 6 to 9 points shows a minimal hand like this one. Partner opens a club or a diamond, we bid 1 no trump. Let's give ourselves a little bit more strength. Partner opens a club or a diamond. I have 12 high card points. I'm going to bid 2 no trump. Yeah, if partner opened a diamond, some people would raise diamonds, or if partner opened a club, some people would raise clubs or bid diamonds. But I think 2 no trump is a much more descriptive bid, and it also gets in the way of the opponents. Make the hand even stronger. Now you know you want to get the game. I would just jump to 3 no trump with this hand. There are many conventions for dealing with hands, artificial conventions for dealing with hands that look like this, but those come later in your bridge career. Unlike 1 no trump, both 2 no and 3 no do promise a balanced hand. Why? Because if you were unbalanced, you've got at least 10 points, and you could bid something at the 2 level. And that would be a more descriptive bid. Notice there's a gap here with exactly 10 points. I would just bid another suit. I'll have a suit to bid. The reason is I want to invite with 10 or 11, but personally, I don't want to invite. I'm sorry, I want to invite with 11 or 12. I don't want to invite with 10. Okay, so the usual drill today, we will go to our coach's rooms. We'll play several hands. As I recall, the robot on hand 1 does something ridiculous and bids 3 spades. When you play the hand, just pretend you're playing in 2 spades. I am going to show one more slide that I hate. It wasn't long enough to make a whole appendix, but it's really recap and all the details that we talked about. Partner opens a minor. What do? You start describing your hand. You might pass if you're really weak. You might bid a major. This is the bid we love to make. You're saying I have at least 4 cards in the suit and at least 6 points. You could have a huge hand. You could have a hugely long suit, but you just continue the conversation by bidding your major. This bid is unlimited in strength, so opener will respond. Opener will make a second bid. You could bid no trump. That would deny having a 4-card major. Remember, we want to bid our 4-card major if we can. So this no trump bids give partner a huge amount of information about the shape of your hand. With 6 to 9, you bid 1 no. With 11 or 12, invite with 2. With 13 or 15, jump to 3. 2 no and 3 no do say that your hand is pretty balanced. In both of these cases, we're still hoping to find a major fit or no trump. In the major, we're hoping to end up in the major suit. If we bid no trump, we're hoping to end up in no trump. You could raise partner. That says, I don't have a 4-card major. You raise to 2 with 6 to 10 points. And if you have more, you raise more. It requires 4 diamonds or 5 clubs because there's a chance that partner's a little short. You could bid the other minor. These things are perfectly fine. but we hope we have something else to say. What do I mean by bidding the other minor? Well, if partner bids a club, you could bid a diamond. That would promise 6 plus and 4 or more diamonds. If partner opens a diamond, you could bid 2 clubs. Now you've gone to the 2 level. So you have to have 10 or more high card points. You see this poor guy struggling over here with all this. Don't try to memorize any of this. Just remember you want to describe your hand, and going to the 2 level requires 10 high card points. Both of these bids are unlimited, just like the one of a major bid, so they're forcing for 1 round. Opener has to make a second bid. And that's what we've got for today. Thanks for watching.